Smoothly with airborne target. Do it!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Alright.
Radiant Flash!
I'm not done!
Searing
You're
Flame!
finished!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition!
Resonate with the earth!
Take that!
Double demon
Do it! Time long! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Didn't even break a sweat.
I won't forgive you!
Resonate with the earth!
Look sharp!
Dragon form!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Megasonic
Tiger
Thrust!
Blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Airborne Beast!
Me too!
Take this!
You got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Resonate with the earth! It's over! All yours!
Resonate with the earth!
Here's my call! Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me. Here goes!
Megasonic Thrust!
Annihilation!
You're mine!
Hear me!
One more!
Don't mind if I do!
You're finished!
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Let's see what you've got.
Double demon fang! This
I
one's
never
all mine!
Look sharp!
Take it.
Burn!
Hear me! Enthusiasm! Glacial Spear! Here's how you do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heavens.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Luna Rondo!
Healing Circle!
Appreciate the help!
I'm ready.
Just like that!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me!
My turn! Take this!
This way!
We managed to pull through. Coming through.
Dragon form! I'll take you all on! Double demon fang!
Freeze Lancer!
Dragon form! You're
In the
mine!
sky, it's
I'm not
mine!
done! Megasonic Thrust!
Flying free. Why did they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! You'll soon see about that!
Dragon form!
I'm ready.
Ridwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
My turn! You're mine!
Searing Flame!
Luna Rondo!
Reload! Here goes!
In a vine.
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Together, that wasn't even a problem. Right, here goes!
Don't mind if I do!
Dragon form!
I can reload!
Not so fast!
Searing Flame!
Elusive
Trying to keep up with a wall! I never miss!
Double demon fang!
I'm ready.
Kisara!
Commander of Heavens.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Mega Ray!
Luna Rondo!
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
I'm ready.
Shield!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday. Let's dispose of the trash.
Dragon form! Eat this!
I can carve through one.
Give a right
Here's evil!
Dragon form!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid
My
it?
turn! Take this!
Not by a long
Luna
shot!
Rondo!
Tiger Blade! Here!
I'm not done! I have no limits!
This one's mine!
Dragon form!
Prepare to be seen.
Dragon form!
Actually, that sound is more appropriate. appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Here! Megasonic thrust! Here!
Ready! Mega Ray!
Dragon Swarm! Torpedo back!
Piercing roar!
All right.
Your helping me has become a pattern.
I can feel my power growing!
That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that new recipe with it.
I eagerly await the final result.
I'll do my best.
This one's all
Here I
mine!
go. Go!
Dragon
Deny!
Swarm!
Can you take it?
Eat dirt!
Prime
In a
and ready.
vine?
Megasonic thrust!
Alarm!
Here!
Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice
Lunar
technique!
Rondo!
The last one!
I thought you were going to wreck the
No!
place.
I'm not nearly finished yet!
And I'll provide assistance however I can.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more...
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
This could be useful.
I won't forgive you.
Resonate with the earth.
Where
Stay
are
calm.
you going?
I shall provide assistance.
That's it!
Megasonic thrust!
I'm ready!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Make it rain!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Not a chance! Lunar Rondo!
Alarm!
Reload.
Resonate with the
Do it!
earth.
Frozen.
Hammer! Good to know my training's paying off.
And what, pray tell, does this training of yours entail?
Why? Interested in joining me?
What's that big tower over there?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are... They're all grown now!
Want something to munch on, Hoodle?
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Hey, Rinwell. What was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Danon hero that's been passed down for generations.
Like I said, I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dana to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hootle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hootle's wings aren't even black. Huh.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything? Yeah!
We've reached our destination.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh!
The wind's outside the
You can definitely see why.
Indeed.
Earth, water, fire.
Is that because some
That is certainly possible.
Funny.
True, but though, as you saw it,
In the end, you all...
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can...
Maybe you should take a...
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Oh?
Yes! There!
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice!
Oh?
Very...
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't...
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now.
Yes! What?
What?
There... Yes!
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.